So my mom asked me today if I like fish sticks. And
Do you really?
You know me. Yeah. Yeah, I was helping her with some
I
grocery
can't remember the
shopping.
last time I had one.
Do you like fish sticks?
That's the thing is I don't remember.
Really?
It's been that long.
Sure. Well, did you at least used to like fish sticks?
I guess.
Yes. What are you, gay fish?
Hey, we're back, everybody. We missed 2 weeks
Hey.
because Rimshee's a piece of shit.
I had I had something
She got a
planned
wheel
that I couldn't
28.
get out of 2 weeks ago, and then I had to be hospitalized for 6 months last week.
Yeah.
Oh, poor
Because, yeah,
little
Will
baby.
tummy ache. Will tummy ache. Will baby when she got Will tummy ache.
Dude, I spent so much time just shitting on the or not shitting, that was part of the issue.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of fish sticks, new season of South Park starts this summer. I'm stoked.
Mm-hmm. So I've heard.
Can't wait. I'm so ready. Snape is still black, so we're not going to get into that.
Yeah, we've covered that pretty extensively now, I think.
But Nick Frost is confirmed to be Hagrid, so that's awesome.
That's good casting, though. I stand by that.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah,
What do you guys want to talk about?
I don't know.
Pope's dead.
Pope's dead. Oblivion
Yes, he
Gates
is.
opened at the same time. I would have footage of that for today, but
I did
I
notice
haven't
that
had
the
a
day that
chance.
the Pope died, Jay Schlatt did not upload a video or live stream, so who knows what he was doing.
Coincidence? I think not.
He already got the Queen of England. Rimshee, did you ever hear about that?
No.
Okay, so Jay Schlatt, he was over in the UK, and the day the Queen died, he posted on Twitter, like, they said it couldn't be done on my way home from the UK. And then, like, the news broke that she died later that day.
Timing. Gotta love ironically convenient timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we talk about first? Old news or new news?
Let's do old news first. Get that
Get
out
it
of the way.
out of the way.
Either do you want to start or should I?
Well, you're the one who brought it
go.
up.
Yeah.
Okay, so in a bit of old news, internet news. I mean, it's still kind of developing, but it's rapidly becoming old news. iDubbbz fucking sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. Old iDubbbz would hate current iDubbbz.
This dude is the most pathetic, bitch-made fucking loser.
Yeah. Everybody knows iDubbbz put out a content cop, which was lame and gay, because he said nothing other than, Ethan, we hate you now. Agree with us so we can stop hating you. That's pretty much all the entire hour-long video said.
That is special.
Yeah.
And in addition, he lied by omission a lot.
Yeah.
Like
He didn't
completely
mention
leaving
any-
out the context and actually cutting off the title for the video that he was showing in his content cop to hide the fact that all the clips that he was taking pretty much were exclusively from the live stream that Ethan put out immediately after CPS got called on him.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the clips to show that Ethan was unhinged were from a live stream that he did the day that CPS showed up at his house earlier that morning. So,
Which that doesn't just make you a liar, Ian. It makes you a fucking coward.
yep.
Also, does anyone else find it really convenient that before he did this, he shaved his head? And in that video, like that, a picture that he posted of him with all the other morons shows him holding Hassan's quote-unquote swastika sword.
No. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a picture of him with like a Palestine banner around his shoulders, head freshly shaved, holding Hassan's swastika sword while the others are behind him.
A swastika sword?
So what it is, and I have to get into anime here, it's a replica of Tensa Zangetsu, which is the Bankai of the character Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach.
Okay.
But Hassan, being a retard, called it the swastika sword because it has a manji symbol as its crossguard.
Okay.
Which is similar.
Yes. And Hassan has not watched Bleach. Still has not watched it. But yeah, like it's become known in his community, because he keeps calling it that. It's become known in his community as his swastika sword.
Yeah, okay.
And you have a shaved head Ian with a Palestine thing around his shoulders, holding the so-called swastika sword in a promotional picture on a piece of media he created taking down a Jew.
Well, that's fun.
The optics look real fucking bad.
They looked bad before. They've always been bad. There were never any good optics for that. YTK, I agree. If you call CPS on someone, you should get a charge for it, if it's unfounded.
Well, no, I would. That creates a potential issue, because what if it's a mandatory reporter situation, or there is legit concern, and you're just
Oh yeah, that's different. I think that's different.
Did you guys hear about the skulls?
Oh yeah. Somebody sent skulls to Ethan's house. Not his PO box,
Specifically
his house.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Ethan has 2 children.
He also has him and his wife.
I'm just saying, man. You can draw some connections.
Now, I'm not a big fan of Ethan,
No, neither am I.
but like we've always done on this show, he doesn't deserve all this shit.
Don't bring people's fucking kids into
He's
shit.
done nothing wrong. He's done nothing wrong in this instance, I should say.
Like, the moment you start going after somebody else's kids, you lose. You have lost. It's over.
Those are not cheese. Those are from Mama. Sorry, guys.
Also, the
Do I
fact
make
that, like,
cheese now?
the fact that he threw in with like the literal worst people on Twitch.
Yeah.
It's like, we don't have to go over Hassan. Everyone knows about Hassan and how terrible he is. But then it's like, then you got Frogan. Like, really? You got fucking Hijaba the Hutt over here?
Yeah.
And then Denims, who is someone...
Her communities are the people... Her community is the group of people that called CPS. It's Denim's community.
A person so mind-numbingly stupid that she had never even heard the phrase taking pride in your work and couldn't understand it.
Yeah.
And then you have, like, Sean the Black, I think his name is?
Yeah, who
the only notable thing about him was basically telling people to kill Destiny.
He tried to legit put a hit out on Destiny.
So, these are the people that Ian thinks are great people to do a collaboration with.
Yeah, these are the people that are based, as they say in the streaming world.
God, Twitch is cancer.
Yeah, I love it. I can be anti-Semitic here all I want, so it's pretty cool for me.
And for anybody who's like, but you guys are on Twitch, it's like, no one's fucking watching this. Shut up.
Also, I don't even know why we still stream on Twitch. I think we're just waiting until I say something to get us banned.
We're on both Twitch and YouTube, so, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Twitch has a better notification system.
Yeah.
And a better chat that's easier to moderate.
You know, the sad thing is that I feel like at this point, and this is not an invitation, Jables, I'm just going to preface that. At this point, playing Clash of Swords might actually increase our audience. That's how bad shit's gotten, man.
Well, if I had time to play Oblivion before this episode started, maybe that would get us more people viewing. Not that it really matters long term for us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if my soundboard worked, I would play it, but my soundboard doesn't work.
Software
you would find a
updates
way for
are
the
the
bit.
devil.
No. No, I think they're actually... Twitch got a lot of pushback. So, they've tightened some stuff up. But there was a period of time, you know, like when they had the entire country of Israel banned.
Yeah.
I could totally get away with it then.
Yeah, there are other things involving Israel that I don't think that we can bring up.
What, that they killed the Pope?
No, I was talking about the poll thing.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have not been keeping up with anything.
Okay, I'm just going to keep it
playing,
simple.
I've been playing cribbage with my mom and doing yard work.
4chan got nuked,
Oh, yeah.
but it's back.
That.
And in
Yeah.
the process of 4chan getting nuked, it was found out from internal files that about 70% of the accounts on the politics page on 4chan were from Israel.
Nice. Based.
We're not going to go
90%?
into the implication. 70%.
Oh, 70%. Okay.
We're not going to go into the implications of that.
That's wild. Because I know what Pole is like.
Yeah.
What, the Jew hating
Now,
Jews?
you could argue that it was intentional for PR purposes. But again, we're not going to get into that.
Jew on Jew violence.
Yeah, let's talk about
All right.
Oblivion now. Fuck iDubbbz.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit and a loser.
Yeah. So they actually did remaster Oblivion, and they just shadow dropped it. Just like, I don't know. Hey guys, by the way, we did it. Here you go.
Well, yeah,
they
like
made
the way they did it
announcement
was even funnier. Because they do this whole announcement stream, and like they're talking about it, and he's like, oh yeah, by the way, it's on Steam right now.
Even funnier than that, it was leaked a week or two prior, which led people
And
to
everybody's
think
like,
they were
no.
going to shadow drop it on the Monday. Instead, what got dropped on the Monday was the alert that there was going to be a stream about it on the Tuesday. So everyone was
And
like,
then they
"Oh,
dropped it on Tuesday.
so it's going to be released on Tuesday. Got it." And then the stream announced, "Yeah, it's in the Steam store right now."
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's nice. They've only been sort of teasing it for, I don't know, 10 years.
Yeah. Although, I have a sneaking suspicion that they didn't really have a lot of choice in the matter either.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
Now the next rumor
Starfield was
is
not
that
good. And it
the
did
next
not sell as well as Microsoft would have hoped.
the new rumor is that Fallout 3 Remastered is gonna get announced at some Xbox announcement thing. But yeah, current Oblivion is actually doing pretty well ultimately.
Yeah, I heard they used the same. I watched the Actman's video on it. Apparently they used the same engine, and they just kept all the quirky bullshit stuff in there. That was like,
Well, what's funny
not entirely.
I gotta pull this up.
While
there
it
is a
is-
page. There's a page dedicated to bugs fixed and bugs added.
yeah,
Because it's a Bethesda release, they're always going to fuck something up.
yeah,
Like Razor Fist discovering in his playthrough that high elves are too tall to get through doors in a lot of the buildings.
nice.
Like, it is just impossible for them to go
Like,
through
can't
certain
even duck?
doorways. Like,
Can't even
even
duck?
ducking can't do it.
That's fucked.
He had to use Ghost in console commands in order to get into the room to talk to the lady he needed to get the quest from.
Damn.
Don't play high elves, got it.
Yeah, that's a fun fact. High
Fucking
elves are actually
knife-yard
taller than all the
bastards
other
anyway.
races in the Elder Scroll games. But so basically, the bones of the game are mostly the same. It's still the creation engine. Like all of the new textures and like sprites and like basically everything graphically speaking was redone in Unreal 5.
Yeah.
But it's not entirely the original Oblivion. It's not.
I know, because it's a remaster.
Yeah, it's not.
Like, it does-
It's,
It has quality of life improvements. They've also added some things to the game.
Yeah.
Like, for example, they brought back like character origins, which is something that's been missing since I think Morrowind, actually.
yeah.
I never got that into the Elder Scroll games, so.
So Morrowind is the one that I most want to see them remaster.
I know what I played Morrowind when I was a kid. My cousin had it on Xbox. So I
Yeah,
played
but
some
you
of
were
it a bit.
probably just running around doing shit and then using the glitches to get like perfect infinite luck.
Yeah, I didn't play that much. I probably played a total of like 2 or 3 hours of it. Just running around
Like,
causing
some-
havoc.
Somebody made an argument about why they haven't done Morrowind or why there hasn't been any talk about doing Morrowind. And somebody made an argument that made a lot of sense to me and was really depressing at the same time.
Because nobody got into the games until Oblivion.
No, it's because Morrowind's not voiced.
It's
Oh.
only partially voiced. You have to read most of the NPCs' statements, which, I mean, at the time, made perfect sense. It still can, absolutely. I'm not saying that there's anything actually wrong with it, but it's a lot harder to get through a game these days when it's not all the NPCs are not fully voiced.
Yeah.
Well, I would put it more in the fact it's like that modern gamers can't be expected to fucking read.
Modern gamers don't know how to read.
Unless
Yeah, like
it's for
that's-
their own response.
And I'm like, yeah, that's actually a good reason why Morrowind probably is like, because they would have to voice the entire game,
I said do it.
and
Have some
that
fun with
costs time and money.
it. I said do it. Have some fun with it.
Whereas with Oblivion here, like, aside from the quality of life improvements, like the few quality of life improvements and just like putting new graphics over the original ones, they really didn't have to do that much.
Yeah.
That being said, though, I would recommend for anybody wanting to play it, Game Pass. Don't buy this game.
Wait for it to be
Unless
on,
you were a
on
massive
sale.
Oblivion fan.
Because
How much does it
you know, like,
cost on Steam?
It's $50 on Steam. No? Was it 50? Yeah, $50 on Steam, 60 or 70 for the deluxe edition.
Okay.
Actually, let me pull it up and I'll double check.
It's not terrible.
I mean, it does come with all the DLCs that came out for the game. So there is that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not terrible.
But like the main thing that I want to combat is all these people is like, oh, like we're so bad. It's like, you know, like I actually have faith in Bethesda. Bethesda did not make this, guys.
Yeah. Now I'm double checking the actual pricing. It is $50. Yeah, it's $50 for the standard and $60 for the deluxe.
Like one, they outsourced pretty much all the work on this to other studios.
That's fine.
And two,
that's
even
actually how a lot
disregarding
of
that.
that's actually how a lot of
Even
smaller
disregarding
studios
that.
start to get reputation and money to like make their own projects and stuff. So I'm okay with that.
I got no problem with that.
Well, yeah, you know, like Bloober Team became a thing because of doing remasters of fucking PlayStation games. Most recently, Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
Well, actually, in that case, that was a complete remake of the game, but. What's over there, man? But, yeah, Bethesda did not make this. Like, they supervised it, but they
directly.
didn't really do any of the work on it. And even discarding that, there is basically no one who is currently employed at Bethesda, like in development terms, that was around when the original Oblivion was made. Those people are gone. This is not the same Bethesda. Do not give them accolades. Do not fucking trust them. The last actual game that this Bethesda team made was Starfield, and Starfield was shit. And before that was Fallout 76, which was mega shit.
I have seen some theories, and I actually initially made one of these theories myself. This might be a case of Bethesda seeing if it would be worth moving to a different engine, which absolutely they either need to adopt a new engine or they need to build a new one in-house from scratch. Something needs to happen. Their engine is way too old.
I'm willing to bet one of the reasons why Elder Scrolls 6 is taking so long is because they had to build a new engine.
Yeah, build or adopt. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I also wouldn't be surprised if it's taking so long because it's Bethesda.
Like, we could tell, like, the creation engine was cooked when Skyrim came out.
Yeah.
Then Fallout 4 came out, and it's like, wow, this really is not cutting it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, this was obviously, it's a cash grab. They needed a win.
I wouldn't call it that. They remastered a game that a lot of people wanted remastered. I wouldn't necessarily just call it a cash grab.
I mean, on their end, it very well could be, but it's not going to just be a cash grab. Like I said, I want to see them remake Morrowind. I'm still waiting for Skywind to come out because I want to play Morrowind. I want to play Morrowind with modern shit. I didn't get as into
I'm
Oblivion.
willing to bet that Microsoft did have a hand in this as well, because when Starfield did not perform, it did not deliver the way Bethesda sold it to Microsoft. Microsoft probably comes to Bethesda just like, we spent a lot of money acquiring you guys. You promised us money. We want the fucking money.
Where's my money, bitch? Where's my money?
It's like, we'll put out that Oblivion remake. It's like, okay, you do that.
Yeah.
It was also discovered in the leaks that revealed that there was going to be the Oblivion remaster, that apparently a Fallout 3 remake is also in the works.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's why I mentioned that they're probably going to end up with that happening, or being announced in, like, at a Nintendo 64 conference or something.
Yeah.
And, like, I understand a lot of people have fond memories of Fallout 3. Fallout 3 is fucking jank.
Well, it's about the fond memories, not the
Yeah, I think I've only played 4. I had fun with it.
Yeah,
I played Fallout 3. I played Fallout New Vegas. 3 is a lot of fun. But it is jank. There is no denying that at all.
No.
That being said,
I
really enjoyed it. If they were to do remakes of Fallout New Vegas and Elder Scrolls Morrowind, I'd be happy for a while.
Yeah.
Fallout 3 is the reason why VATS became so, like, iconic in public perception. Because in Fallout 3, if you're not using VATS, you're not fucking hitting anything.
Yeah. And then New Vegas actually had functional crosshairs. And Fallout 4 had functional crosshairs.
Yeah. I only used VATS in Fallout 4 when I wanted to be cool.
Well, yeah, because there's literally no reason to use it most of the time.
Yeah.
If anything, you're less accurate going VATS than you would be just fucking using a reflex sight.
Yeah.
Depends on the gun.
You know, like, the gunplay in Fallout 4 is just passable.
I don't know. The gunplay in Fallout 4 was fine. The issue with Fallout 4 had more to do with the story. The gunplay was fine. It was the rest of the gameplay that was kind of just, where is everything?
Also, the fact that like once you figure out how to like legendary farm, like a lot of the legendary effects in Fallout 4 completely break the game.
Yeah,
Cool.
or at least they can.
Like the most busted like legendary drop I ever got in Fallout 4 was I got an instigating missile launcher. So, if you have all 4 levels of heavy weapons and all 4 levels of explosives, and you have the perks and bloody mess, stack onto that the instigating effect does double damage if the opponent has full health, and you add a targeting computer to your missile launcher, which turns it into a fire and forget weapon.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can one-shot just about everything in the game from distance and be completely safe the entire time.
Nice. I dig it.
I stand by my statements. I stand by my statements. New Vegas and Morrowind. I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Fallout,
I'm a terrible person.
Especially if Fallout 3 is actually getting a remaster already, you do those two on top of this, and you'd actually have a pretty happy.
Well, in the files, they called
people.
Fallout 3 a remake. We have to distinguish. Remasters and remakes are not the same.
No, they're not the same. They definitely aren't.
Like, at this point, like, I would not want... Like, if I were you, Rimshee, it's like, I don't know if I'd necessarily want a Morrowind remaster.
No, you're absolutely right. They do serve a similar purpose, but there are different ways of achieving it.
It's just like, get me a brand new engine with brand new assets, just completely rebuild the game from the ground up.
Yeah.
Like, recently it was announced that the Halo people, you're still 343 Industries. You changed your name, but you didn't change. We all know who you are.
Yeah.
They have announced that they are. They have announced that they are straight up going to remake Combat Evolved. Not a remaster like Anniversary was, a remake of the first game.
But that game's perfect.
And I am fucking nervous.
Yeah, that game's perfect. Don't change it.
Yeah. I go back to the original Halo all the time.
Yeah. 007 GoldenEye walked so that game could run.
It's like, yeah, we're gonna remake Combat Evolved. And I'm like, don't you fucking touch it. Fuck, stay away from it.
That game is
if
not
you want to
conducive
talk
for
the
dual
difference
wielding.
between a remake and a remaster, the Dead Space remake is a good example.
Yeah, that is a proper remake of the first game.
Absolutely.
Well, like, even before Dead Space, like, Resident Evil 2. That is an entirely different game from the original PlayStation release.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard.
The only thing it really shares is the characters and the name, basically. Which, I really enjoyed the Resident Evil 2 remake. I fucking got every achievement for that game. I fucking beat both of the A scenarios for Leon and Claire on hardcore with S+ ranks. Haven't played Resident Evil 3 remake though. That one I just took a look at and I'm like, oh, ugh. Oh, they fucked this one up.
It's not that hard to do either.
Which is a real shame because the most iconic monster in all of Resident Evil was in the third game. And they botched the remake. And it's like, oh, no. No! Damn it!
Yeah, Dead Space remake. It's a very different game from the first one. First, for a prime example, it's not a different stages type of game anymore. You don't go from this section of the ship to this section of the ship to this section of the ship without any ability to move forward unless you're moving forward because of reason A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah,
Like,
turning the tram into a fast travel was a brilliant move.
Oh, hell yeah. And it made all those other areas just that much more interesting because you could go back to them and explore more. I made it more of an open world game, which was fantastic. It was obviously made by people who actually give a shit.
Oh yeah, you could feel the love for the original game.
Yeah.
In every moment.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of those rare remakes.
I got all the achievements for that game too, just like I did the original.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that remakes like that are so rare.
Yeah, where it's like, actually in the case of Dead Space, I'm kind of bittersweet on the fact that it's so good. Because it really does just replace the original game.
Yeah, it really is one of those rare situations where the original is almost entirely replaced.
Because it's like, this game has everything that the original game had, and more. With better mechanics.
Yeah. It's just worth it.
So like, I still love the original game. I still play it every now and then, but like, there's always going to be that feeling now whenever I play the original Dead Space. It's just like, man, I really, really wish I had those Dead Space 2 0G controls right now.
Yeah.
I really, really wish I didn't have to do this fucking god-awful turret segment. Which, that was a godsend, by the way. It's like them removing the turret segments in the remake. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Especially the first one with the asteroids, which is, especially your first time playing through, it's almost impossible to survive that the first time through. It's just not fair.
But, I mean, so I do plan on playing Oblivion. I'm hoping to have Oblivion gameplay for next episode. We'll see if that works out, but that's my goal.
I said, the final verdict on it, it's Oblivion with a new coat of paint and some quality of life improvements.
Yeah, and I think that's good, but it's also not a remake, it's a remaster, as you said. They serve similar purposes. They effectively serve the same purpose. It's just in different ways.
But like, if you're looking for an actual Oblivion remake, word is that Skyblivion is scheduled to be here before the end of the year.
Yeah, Skyblivion is cool. I'm looking more forward to Skywind. I've always looked more forward to Skywind, but
yeah, because you're a big Morrowind.
Yeah, Morrowind was the first Elder Scrolls game I played.
You know, like, there are other people that have a not so positive view on Morrowind, and I understand why.
Oh yeah,
because like, if you're someone like, no, like I'm talking like if you're someone like Razorfist, for example, whose first Elder Scrolls game was Daggerfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, Morrowind cut a bunch of shit. Cut a bunch of features and greatly reduced the size of the world compared to Daggerfall.
Yeah, but Daggerfall was also very much...
2?
Yeah, that was Elder Scrolls 2.
Daggerfall was also very procedurally generated, so it was a little bit of a different situation entirely, too.
Well,
I
yeah,
never
but it
even
also
heard
allowed
Daggerfall
the
until now.
world to be huge. The first Elder Scrolls game was Arena, which Arena was basically just... It was basically a remake of Ultima Underworld, if we're being honest.
Hmm.
It pretty much lifted Ultima Underworld's concept and combat system entirely.
But Daggerfall made it its own thing. And yeah, Daggerfall being procedurally generated, it made the world bigger, but it's also... It makes it a lot harder to make long-lasting lore. So I could totally see why moving to a specific region sort of deal makes sense.
Oh, you say that, but Bethesda fucks up and forgets their own lore all the time.
Oh, all the time. Yeah, Bethesda's not the standard bearer. That's for fucking sure.
I think Tolkien's the only one that never forgot his lore.
Well, yeah, because the Silmarillion, which was never meant to be published, by the way, was basically just all of Tolkien's notes that he wrote to keep track of everything regarding his own universe in his head.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's also why the Silmarillion is so dry and hard to read.
Yeah, you have to be a lore nerd. I get it.
Yeah. Like, even me, who loved Lord of the Rings, I read The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and I love delving into the lore. I never finished the Silmarillion.
Yeah.
It's like reading a textbook. It's a slog.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a history
it's more
book
structured. It's more structured like the Bible, actually.
Yeah.
Because there are entire sections of the Silmarillion where it's just and then there was this guy, and he had these sons, and their names were this, and then they had these sons, and their names, like fucking numbers, basically.
Yeah. So and so begat so and so begat so and so. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Which makes sense because Tolkien was very Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Which is why anybody's tries to take the religion or religious aspects out of Lord of the Rings. It's like, you're fucking it up. You can't do that. It is integral to how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like taking C.S. Lewis's books and trying to take religion out of it.
Yeah. Oh god, that's a pain in the ass too.
Aslan is Jesus.
Yeah, if C.S. Lewis was writing, there was a push for allegory and religion. It's just what it was.
Well, as I said, Aslan is literally Jesus. He's literally Jesus.
Yeah, if he wasn't pushing religion, he wasn't writing.
He even gets betrayed, dies, and has a resurrection.
Yeah. Nobody's disagreeing with you.
No, I'm just saying it for anybody in the audience that's not familiar with, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe and all the other shit that C.S. Lewis wrote.
Remember the old Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe movie, the one with the cartoon ghosts that they inputted over the film?
I remember the cartoon one.
No, there was a live action one.
Well, yeah, there was also that live action version that came out in the wake of the success of Lord of the Rings, which wasn't great, but
there's an older one than that.
Do you think it was like a TV thing?
Yeah, it came out in '88. Yeah, it was on BBC.
That explains it. Ooh, how far the BBC have fallen. Yikes.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything from them in a long time.
Fucking Top Gear's canceled. And, well, it's been canceled for a few years. And Doctor Who is soon to be canceled as well.
Yeah.
It was so good for the for 9 and 10 and 11. What happened?
So, like, recently with Doctor Who, like the overnight numbers for viewers for like the first episode of this most recent season was 2 million.
That's pretty low.
That is the lowest in the history of Doctor Who, ever. The next week, just the next week, that overnight number went down 420,000.
Jeez.
The show is dead.
Yeah.
But at least they referenced Gary.
Gary who?
From Nerdrotic.
What,
They
did
actually
they make
put-
him a villain?
No, like they had the Doctor meet fans of the show. And one of these
Wow.
fans says #RIP Doctor Who.
Okay.
A hashtag that Gary helped majorly popularize. Which, Russell T.
Yeah, I saw the
Davies,
sign of the
the guy who's writing this, the guy who's writing all this, that's an admission of defeat.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. By acknowledging it, you have waved the white flag. You're done. I mean, you were done before this, but
You've acknowledged
Not the
you're
best. I
done.
haven't
There's a difference.
I haven't seen any of the new season, so
you shouldn't.
don't tell me what I
Should-
should and shouldn't do.
Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor Who is so fucking insufferable.
Yeah.
Like, this fucking loser, this absolute bitch, has cried in like every episode except one.
How does that work? That's not the Doctor.
No, it's not. Or, I think what caused a lot of people to abandon it was like the first episode of the series of this season was Planet of the Incels. I'm not joking.
That's the actual title.
Pretty much. The Doctor's new companion
Okay.
literally says it in the episode.
Okay.
And
here's a pet peeve I've been having a lot lately. Using
I'll let you do that because it
Incel-
gets so much worse. I have to tell you the actual bad part.
okay, tell me the actual bad part.
So this is the reason why everybody got so upset. At the end of the episode, the villain, our incel who became an AI villain, gets reverted back to a fertilized egg that like lands on the floor. And this
Mhm.
little cleaning robot comes by and like sweeps him up. And the Doctor's like, and there he goes.
That's not the Doctor.
No.
The Doctor just watched somebody die and
Yeah.
was smiley and making jokes. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Like,
So-
I'm not the type of person who's gonna say, "Hey, you can't I'm not the type of person who's gonna say, hey, it's not okay to be anti-violence or whatever. No, you can, or to be violent in any way. No, you can be, you can have violence in your shit, but make sure it's character appropriate. That's the biggest issue I'm seeing.
There's a... Okay, back to my pet peeve. I'm really tired of people just using incel for like every dude that's kind of shitty on the internet.
Yeah.
It's similar to, we've had this talk about I hate people using the word troll for anybody that has the slightest negative thing. That's not what a troll is. It's not just somebody that just says negative shit to you. It's somebody trying to rile you up.
Yeah, it's someone intentionally trying to mess with you in order to get you to be riled up.
Yeah. It's not somebody that says...
Yeah, we've discussed it before. Like, rules for trolls.
Yeah.
Like,
a troll
one
is
of the
not
number
somebody
one
that just
things,
says,
like,
this video kind of sucks. That's not a troll. That's just somebody that didn't like a video.
or like people that like just have no ability to actually do it. Notable example, Chalumbo.
Oh, yeah.
If you're trying to be a troll and you're the one that's getting mad, you fucking failed.
Yeah. But using troll incorrectly is what creates people like Chalumbo.
Yeah, yep. Chalumbo was not a troll. Chalumbo was stupid.
Actively trying to make other people mad and making himself mad instead.
Yep.
And nothing says I'm not mad, bro. Like, just continuously coming back to the same server over and over again.
Yeah.
Not our problem anymore. Well, it's your problem, Jables. If he shows back up.
Oh, yeah, I've had a notification in that for like a day or two now. I should probably check on
that. Like, oh yeah, maybe I should look at that server.
It's pretty dead.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. Like, all the people that actually cared and participated fucking left.
No, there's still a few people there. They got it. They got it under control. They're fine.
No, I was talking about like engagement on the server.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple people there. They got it. They're fine. If something crazy was happening, I'd have more than one notification. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, there'd have to be something happening for something crazy to happen, though.
Yep. Oh, man. Okay. You guys want to just, like, have some fun with some Dear Abbeys?
Yeah, we can do some Dear Abby shit. We've talked about good shit. The Oblivion remake, which, yeah, it is, oddly enough, good shit. We've talked about some stupid shit.
Have they chosen a new pope yet?
No, I think it's supposed to be another month or two before they finish.
Okay, cool. Well, I hope this is the year of the Black Pope. That'd be dope.
Isn't he one of the most conservative popes,
They're just hoping that he's actually a Catholic.
Isn't the Black Pope one of the more conservative versions, too?
What?
There's an actual Black Pope contender.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he's one of the more conservative options, too.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. They made Snape black. Why not make the Pope black? I'm cool. Okay. Anywho.
I have to react to something real quick.
Okay. Rimshee, which one do you think we should do?
I don't know. You let me know.
Let's go with the most recent one I posted, the eccentric egg eater.
Alright, I was thinking about doing the my wife survived her illness one. That one seems fucked up.
Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, let's do... Oh, I gotta find that one. Where is that one? Could you link it to me?
Yeah, give me a
So I have to
moment.
search for it. Because these have just been sort of stacking up.
Yeah. We'll put it in this week.
All right.
Wow, we have a bunch of people watching.
Over on YouTube?
Over on Twitch. We've got a whole
really?
7.
Nice.
Yeah. We've got no one watching on YouTube. No one watches us on YouTube.
Welcome, everybody.
All right. Rimshee, you go. You're the one that's married. It means more to you.
It does not mean much to me. My wife survived her illness, and I am miserable. I can already guess that if this was an Am I the Asshole, it would be, yes, you are.
That depends. It all depends.
Yeah, it does depend. I'm just saying, based on the title alone. Dear Abby, I've been married for 47 years. My wife has suffered mental illness for more than half of our marriage. 2 years ago, she went off her medication, became manic for 10 months, and was hospitalized 4 times. A few months later, it was discovered she had breast cancer. Fortunately, it was detected early. After surgery and radiation... Hi, Bubba. Come here. There you go. After surgery and radiation, she is cancer-free. I stuck with her through all that, but during her manic period, her actions towards me were just too much. I can never love her again or want her as my wife. She has taken up cigar smoking, and while she doesn't smoke in the house, her clothes reek when she comes inside. I'm just her caretaker, and my life is miserable. I have worked hard and saved enough that even with half, she should be okay financially. We have 3 adult children. Is it wrong that I want to get a divorce and be able to enjoy my time I have left on this planet? I fear shifting my burden to my kids. Your thoughts, please?
No, your kids are adults.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't concern them anymore. Get a divorce. You're done.
I don't know. On this one... What you do during your... I would say... I'd say they have to go to counseling. First step is counseling. It doesn't sound like he's even interested in counseling, though.
It seems like it's way past that, and she's been treating him like shit.
He's talking about her actions when she was manic, though. She was off her meds.
When she was
manic.
off her meds. Yeah.
Yeah. She is not currently off her meds.
Doesn't say that. Doesn't say she's back on her meds.
That's fair, but she's past her manic period. I don't know. This one is way too complicated. I'm not entirely sure. it's not that simple. It's definitely not going to be as simple as just get a divorce. It may be, but your first step sounds like you need to go to counseling. I'm not even saying couples counseling. You should go to counseling personally.
Seems like he's over it and just wants to go.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It seems like he's not even interested in trying to reconcile. So that means that he never got any sort of assistance with trying to deal with this. And he has just come to a conclusion that fuck all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still say he needs to go get counseling.
Well, yeah, he's been going through some shit.
And I have been listening to this while I was doing the other thing. As someone who has some personal experience with this, it's real fucking hard, man. It's real fucking hard.
What?
Having someone real close to you go manic and then never acknowledge or apologize for it.
Yeah. But this is
like, there's just not enough detail there. He's just basically said, yeah, I'm done. I can't give proper advice with the minimal amount of information we have. The best I can tell him is go get counseling. Context matters.
Hold. Can I finish my sentence?
No.
Before you just go context, when all I've said is one word of an entire phrase that I'm about to go into? Jesus Christ. Using context clues, I can pick up that she's not being the same person that he married, and she's completely different. So that doesn't mean he needs to try to save this at all. She's the one that's changed, obviously.
I didn't say he needed to try and save it. I said he needed to go to counseling.
Okay. Maybe she does too.
Oh, she absolutely should be in a straitjacket from the sounds of it.
Yeah.
He definitely needs to go to counseling.
Why should... Okay, he should just... He seems done. He should just go. And Pav, you're
just
saying...
going isn't gonna solve the issue. She's also never gonna actually be out of his life unless he also cuts... unless he basically says, hey, don't bring up your mother to his kids. I don't... if your mother's gonna be around... don't invite me.
No, I understand what...
It's a lot more complicated than just divorce.
He needs to talk to somebody because this man has experienced trauma.
Exactly.
And he's going to need to work through it.
Yeah. But his question is about whether he should get a divorce and enjoy the rest of his life that he has left. And I'm saying...
Well, based on that little blurb, all I can say is... Go get fucking counseling. Work this shit out with an actual counselor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you need to talk to somebody professional. This is
beyond.
This isn't a Dear Abby. This isn't a Dear Abby sort of thing you ask. You need professional help, my brother.
Yeah. It doesn't matter that it's a Dear Abby question. This is not a question that has a Dear Abby solution. This is a question that has I've spent time in therapy, in counseling, trying to figure out what's best for me solution.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the best advice that we could probably give is just like, get some professional help, dude, and go from there. Because this isn't going to be easy.
No.
Alright.
So, how does Abby fuck it up?
Yeah, really.
Really?
After 47 years, you have taken care of your wife through thick and thin because you have done well enough to ensure that she would be okay financially. I see no reason you must remain in a marriage that is unsalvageable. You have served your time. You now consult a lawyer about the logistics. Basically saying, you end it. She's basically just saying, end it outright without getting your own help. Now, he
Like,
may
it
be
should-
getting... Part of the issue is he may be getting counseling, and this is the conclusion he's come to after counseling. In which case, yeah, you're probably doing the best thing you can by doing this. But you need to go through counseling first. What's best for you may not be what you think is best for you. And it's weird how that works.
Yeah,
I
the way
don't
I
think
would
he's
have put it, is like, you don't have any obligation to keep it going, obviously,
Yeah.
but you know, you need to
It sounds like you've got more
help.
problems.
You need to seek help, and you also need to, you know, come to this conclusion on your own. I can't really give you much advice on this, unfortunately. You have
Okay.
to do what's best for you.
Yeah, ultimately that's the case, but you've got to figure out what that is from more than just a reaction. Yeah, sometimes sitting there going, I do not want to be in the relationship. That could be a feeling that that persists through counseling. But if you're not going to counseling, you're just reacting based on potentially self defeating emotions.
Doesn't sound like he likes his wife anymore at all. So
He still needs to go to therapy.
I'm not
not talking about
doesn't.
whether or not
I'm
he should
saying
get a
he doesn't
divorce.
like his wife. Yeah.
I-
the
I'm not.
question was about a
Obviously,
divorce.
he's dealt with trauma. There's definitely trauma here. So he needs to go talk to a therapist. He needs to go talk to a counselor. He needs to talk to someone in a professional capacity. A Dear Abby question is not going to accomplish finding the answers this man actually needs.
I think he doesn't need to be in a loveless marriage and needs to get a divorce. That's what the question was about. Is he?
I don't give a
it's sort of
fuck
an
about his
anti-asshole.
question. His question
I think 'cause
is
it's
showing
the question
other
that was
issues.
asked.
He needs... I don't give a fuck. My response would have been seek professional help, talk to an actual counselor. That to this question, this minimally worded question, that is my absolute 100% statement that he should be doing.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. Do I have to get a marriage license for you two?
No, I can't get a second one. Yeah, it isn't. Pav said it's not just about him not liking her anymore. That is a statement that that people will say. Like in this case, he's talking about how, oh, I wish. Basically, he's kind of saying, I wish she had died. He's not putting those words out, but he's saying, I wish she was dead. I wish the cancer had killed her. He needs fucking counseling.
Yeah, because he's miserable. Yeah. I get it.
And Horse is officially dead.
Yeah. Dina, the title of this, My Wife Survived Her Illness and I Am Miserable. Yeah, it's
pretty heavily implied.
Yeah, between the mental illness and then dealing with all the cancer stuff and all that, he's miserable. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, no matter what he ends up doing, he needs counseling for himself.
Yeah.
Let's give the guy some credit, though. He didn't take the James Sullivan route.
What, divorce her because she got cancer or something?
No, Sunderland. That's what I meant to say. Just James Sunderland.
What happened there?
He smothered his terminally ill wife. Silent Hill 2, everybody.
Yes, Dina, I saw your comments. I just didn't read them out loud.
No, I didn't
at least
see
you
your
didn't go that
comments. I
route.
was busy reading it. But I stand by what I said. I'm not going to make a direct comment on the divorce portion. The man needs therapy. The man needs counseling.
Nobody's disagreeing with that.
Then why the fuck are you getting on my case about me saying I'm not going to comment on the divorce side? He needs counseling. He needs therapy.
Because his question was about is essentially.
I don't care what his question was. The answer he needs is he needs counseling.
Okay. And I'm answering his question.
Yeah, whether you think it's appropriate or not, Jables can provide an answer to the question posed.
Yeah. That's it.
He definitely comes across as saying. He definitely comes across as saying he wishes his wife was dead.
Yeah, because he's miserable.
Yeah.
So
now
I'm
he's not
going,
arguing
my
with
wife,
that.
No, now he's going, my wife didn't die, so I'm thinking about divorcing her.
Yeah.
At least he's not thinking about killing her.
Yeah, that's... Well, we don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have
at least
that.
he
You're
didn't
right.
take the James Sunderland route because he's talking about her in present terms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not in the back of his car while he's contemplating driving into a lake.
Yeah, we don't know for sure that he's not contemplating taking her life.
By the way,
he could just be
water
trying
ending,
to talk himself out
canon.
of it.
In water ending is canon for Silent Hill 2. If you disagree, I'll fight you.
What?
I didn't hear what you said.
I said the in water ending for Silent Hill 2 is canon. If anyone disagrees, I will fight you.
Okay. All right. I don't know what you're talking about, so.
It just works. Oh god,
right,
I invoked
talk
Todd Howard.
Now,
No!
Let's try talking about this one. Wait. Why? Oh, yeah, okay. My brother and my husband don't get along despite efforts on both sides to let go of the past. They can't seem to make it work. I have a very small family with my parents and my brother. We recently had our first child. My parents' first grandchild and my brother's first nephew. My husband doesn't feel comfortable participating in family activities that my brother will attend. It has become a problem for holiday planning. I'm torn about how to make both parties happy. If I opt to stay home and cook, I feel like I have to exclude my brother. If I choose to go to his house, I'm essentially ditching my husband on our holiday as a family. If there's a third option, perhaps I could cook at home and meet them later for dessert. I just want everyone to be happy, and I'm not sure how to accomplish this.
Get divorced. I'm joking.
No, she should divorce her brother. That's what this one should be.
Yeah.
No, honestly, it sounds like her
sorry,
brother
Jim Bob.
and her
I'm breaking up
husband
with
are
you.
being petty. But there's not much she can do about that. I'm curious what the past feelings are that caused the issue.
Yeah, I'm missing way too much information on this one.
Yeah, there's so much information missing from this.
What are the problems?
Bring up our favorite word.
Do they have a
Context.
camping? Do they have a camping trip and hook up, and they don't know what to do with those feelings or something like that? What's going on? What's causing the issue?
Did one steal the other's girlfriend at one point?
Were you your brother's girlfriend at one point, and then you met your husband? Just
I
don't know these
just made
things.
that joke.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, Jim Bob. I gotta break it off with you.
Find a
there's a
man that I
lot
can have
missing
children
here.
with.
So, but it does sound like the husband is being a little more petty. If the brother is willing to show up to events that the husband is at, which we don't know if that's the case. We just know from the direction of this, the husband doesn't feel comfortable participating in family activities that the brother will be at. We know that for sure. We don't know whether or not the brother feels the same way.
Yeah.
So, based on the limited information, it sounds like the husband is being the more petty one, but it is possible they're being equally petty. And honestly, what the hell happened between them to make it this bad? Like, there's a lot missing here. It sounds like there's nothing you can do, sweetheart. There's literally nothing you can do in this
Do
case.
they just, are they just conflicting people that just don't get along?
Yeah. That could be a possibility. But it does specify past feelings. What the fuck are the past feelings?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they often say that women are the worst about holding grudges, but as speaking as a guy with experience, there are certain things that can happen between men, or disputes that can happen between men, that we are never going to like that motherfucker again over.
Yeah.
And you cannot talk us out of it.
Yeah. Some of you have met them in different Discord servers.
Yeah. But honestly, this one sounds like, without the context, there's not much we can say. But it also sounds like there's not much you can do. You are basically being forced to pick a side, and if your husband is the one forcing you to do that, you need to tell him that he's being a jerk about it because he's causing you to miss time with your family. If it's your husband and your brother that are being like that, then they both need to know that they're both being jackasses, and neither one of them is invited when you go spend time with your parents for holidays. In fact, that may be the best option. Leave them both out. They can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they really want to be that hard about it, if they want to be, children about it, then yeah.
Yeah, if you'd rather be left out than participate, then you get left out. Because effectively what's going on is it could, like I said, it could be both the husband and the brother, but we know for sure this is the case with the husband. If your husband doesn't want to participate because your brother's gonna be there, then he gets left out. He doesn't have to show up.
Yeah,
that's his own.
And it seems like he doesn't
making.
have a problem with that. So.
And contrary to the old comedian, contrary to the old comedian meme, no, it is not always the case with men where we solve our disputes by having a fist fight and making up. Sometimes we have a fist fight and we hate each other forever.
Yeah, but that's usually because of the conversation had with our fists. We either find out where each other's limits are and can respect them, or we find out where each other's limits are and realize we can't respect them, and so goodbye. But like,
Yeah, it's not,
ultimately,
it's not become best friends. It's we both move on and ignore each other for the rest of our lives.
yeah, ultimately, it sounds like the husband, again, potentially the brother too, but at least the husband is trying to play the "Are you on my side or are you on their side?" game, and fuck you if you want to play that game. I'm gonna go spend time with my family.
I'll be one of the people say it's like, if you're a man engaging in this behavior, you a bitch.
All right.
Nah,
What's
he's
Abby
straight up
have to
telling
say?
her why he doesn't want to participate. I wouldn't necessarily call him a bitch. He's straight up telling her. If he was like avoiding and like all of a sudden plans are coming up every time her brother's around, then it'd be like, yeah, he's a bitch. But he's just like, I don't like him. I can't stand him. I don't want to be around him. That's not a. That's a little bit of a bitch move, but it's just like, you know. Yeah.
So,
All right, what was
okay,
Abby's
here's Abby's version. If your husband would be happier at home with the baby or alone, I think your idea of joining your parents and brother for dessert is a good solution. Rifts like these are an unfortunate fact of life, and some families, in your case, everyone would be more comfortable without the tension your husband's presence would cause. Again, This is assuming that the husband is the only one causing that tension.
Yeah, maybe
it
the
sounds
brother
like
likes
the
to get a little
beef
too sauced up at family get-togethers.
The husband and the brother obviously both have beef with each other, but she's only talking about the husband's unwillingness to participate. So I don't know if that means that the husband is the only one unwilling to participate because of some grudge he holds, or if it's both the husband and the brother and she's only talking about the husband.
They've said they've tried to let go of past feelings and stuff and can't seem to make it work. That means that there's still some shit that's continuing on that they just can't stand each other. So,
oh no, I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying I don't know if it's one or both taking it to that extreme.
Yeah, I wasn't saying you were arguing with that. I was just bringing it up as another point.
Yeah.
So,
like both of them obviously have issues here. We just don't know if it's only the husband taking it this far, or if it's both the husband and the brother.
Let's close the show out by picking on a picky eater.
Okay.
Right. Which one's that one?
The eccentric egg eater.
Alright, one moment.
It's one of the latest ones I posted.
I'm just updating the description for YouTubes. Alright. The most recent one, picky egg eater.
Eccentric egg eater.
I got it. It's coming to us from the Oregonian. Dear Lesser Saints, eccentric egg eater wonders if he should change his ways to avoid comments from fellow diners. Dear Lesser Saints, for as far back as I can remember, I have eaten my meals one item at a time. I've been guilty of this as well.
Yeah.
I know this is different from the way most people do it. I have observed that most people eat a bite of each food on their plate smushed together. It really depends on the food.
Depends on the food, and
sometimes
there are
people
different
go
levels
around
to
the
this.
plate. Yeah, some people go around the plate getting a little bit of each at a time. Some people it's just one thing, then one thing, then one thing. I'm more of the one thing, then one thing, then one thing.
Or I'll like focus on one part for a few bites, and then I'll move to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people will smash every item onto the fork and then take a bite that's a mini bite of that entire plate. Some people will
call those people psychopaths.
Agreed.
Yeah,
there are some people that will do combinations, and with certain foods that makes sense, but quite often...
Yeah, like if I'm having turkey and mashed potatoes, I'm going to dip my turkey in my mashed potatoes and gravy.
Oh yeah.
Like, my grandma always used to get on my case as a kid. It's like, why don't you mix your foods? I was like, I don't know, maybe because I want to enjoy each food individually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they all
why-
have their different flavor
I
profiles.
want the flavor. I don't. I'm not
Not
eating
just
this for
flavor, but
sustenance. I'm eating
texture.
it for flavor. Yeah, flavor and texture.
You know, like-
exactly.
Like, combining macaroni and cheese and green beans in the same bite would be a weird fucking texture clash, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
get out of here. Get out of here. Don't need that. I didn't even need that mental image in my life. Thanks.
I'm just saying, like, the like, you should mix food elitist. Like, no, like, there are some
Fuck
things
you.
that you should keep separate.
Absolutely.
When I eat my eggs over medium, I cut the whites out and eat them first. Then I scoop the yolks up without breaking them and eat them in one delicious bite.
I've done that.
When I was
Okay.
growing up,
Hold on. That's not eating one thing at a time. That's separating your eggs and eating them in an obscure way.
Yeah, I've done
Yeah.
that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hmm.
I'm a over easy, use your toast or hash browns to wipe up your yolks kind of guy, but
Yeah, same here.
It depends on the meal
what
I'm
I-
having.
What I do is over easy mash up the egg with the fork. So mix up all the yolks and the eggs and stuff, and then I put that on toast and then use another piece of toast to clean up the plate.
yeah, that too. Toast is great. I like to
But
eat
this
toast
isn't
with
even
soup.
about mixing foods. This is about eggs. Just eggs.
This is about eating one item in a very specific way.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've done something
Oh,
similar.
damn it.
But usually the whites I'm eating on the toast or with something else, and then I'm popping in. This was a while ago, too. I haven't done this in probably a decade at this point. I'd pop the yolk into my mouth and pop it, and it'd be mixing in while I'm chewing other stuff. But it wasn't completely separate.
Okay, like, I'll give this guy a bone. There is a weird thing that I like to do with baby carrots.
Oh, like to bite them like in half and take out the core thing?
Oh yeah, like I'll eat around the core so that the core
Yeah.
comes out completely intact, and then eat the core last.
Yeah, I do that too.
I don't feel so alone anymore.
Yeah. It's
I've
fun.
done that before. I don't do it all
It's like
the
there-
time.
It's like there's a carrot inside my carrot.
I haven't had a baby carrot in probably 15 or 20 years. So I don't know if I would do it now. I might, just for old time's sake.
Yeah, anytime I've got some baby carrots around, it's like at least one of them I have to do the get the core out cleanly thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, when I was growing up, my dad would suggest I combine my food, but he never forced me to do it.
Okay, hold on. This is not about combining food. You are viewing egg whites and egg yolks as separate foods. They are the same food, just different
Yeah.
parts of the same
Yeah.
food.
It is all egg. Egg is
This is
delicious.
This is like crust of the bread and bread.
Yeah. It's
Same
all
food.
bread.
Same food.
Okay, because you brought that up, how do you guys feel about people that won't eat crusts?
Depends on the
It
bread.
depends on the crust. And it depends on their specific dietary restrictions.
Also depends on the sandwich.
Yeah.
I've literally never not eaten bread crust on any sandwich for any reason.
Well,
Never eaten the bread crust.
So when it comes to
No, I've
sandwiches,
never
I
not
dislike
eaten
harder crusts.
My crusts.
When it comes to sandwiches, I dislike harder crusts. Usually when you're dealing with a roll as your sandwich bread, because it causes it has a tendency to cause the filling to spill out just because you're taking a bite.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So I prefer softer crusts.
Oh, yeah.
But I've eaten the crust.
Yeah. Who made this?
But
Some people are
that-
shitty at making sandwiches too, and they don't have everything go to the edges
Yeah.
because they're heathens. And I'll skip the crust on that sometimes. Because now I'm just
because there's nothing there but the crust.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why whenever you're spreading condiments on a sandwich, you make sure you get to every edge.
Yeah. Write this down, Dina.
Like I've got like Kroger's got this private selection horseradish sauce, this creamy horseradish sauce, and it's so good. But you got to spread it really, really thinly, otherwise it will fucking light your ass up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we're almost done. I'm retired now, and once a week I go to breakfast with a friend who watches me eat my eggs and accuses me of being eccentric. Should I change the way I eat in public, or am I entitled to be comfortable? Am I eccentric?
You are eccentric.
You are absolutely eccentric.
Yeah.
There is no ifs, ands, or buts
egg
about
whites
that.
And egg yolk. You consider egg whites and egg yolks different foods. And yeah, you're eccentric, but it's fine. You're okay, bud.
You are 100% eccentric. You are totally entitled to eat your eggs how you want, but you are 100% eccentric.
Yeah. It's okay to be weird. Just be willing to acknowledge that it's weird.
Yeah.
Well, like, yeah, like I'm not even going to judge you on the fact that you get your eggs over medium.
Yeah, that's a weird move.
Oh, I think what I was always doing, it was with sunny side up eggs, so slightly different, but yeah, still.
Well, yeah, but with sunny side up, you know, like they're over hard, you know, like it's cooked through.
No, sunny side up is fully runny.
Over soft. Yeah, it's soft to medium.
I've seen them served fully cooked too.
Really, I've never seen that.
That's just a one-side fried egg, then.
Yeah.
Sunny. I have to look this up.
Yeah, you don't flip sunny side up eggs.
Yeah, I know you don't flip.
Yeah, if someone has a sunny side up,
if you can make an over hard sunny side up, congrats. That's impressive.
That's impressive, and also you've overcooked your egg.
I prefer over easy though. I like having a bit more cooked white than the sunny side up variety. Huh. Anyway,
like, I think this one's real easy. You're fine, but you are 100% eccentric. I think we can all agree there.
Hold on.
What does Abby say?
Okay, I thought Abby didn't even respond for a second. I was like, what the fuck?
Here, one at a time. If you think you are alone in eating each item separately, allow me to offer some comfort by telling you it is exactly what I do, including cutting the whites off the eggs. Maybe we're both eccentric, or have a touch of OCD. But heck, who cares? It's our food, and we're going to enjoy it just the way we want to. Exactly. Based Abby here.
Yeah, you're perfect. Like, I got no issue with eating the white separate from the yolk. Some people do. I've done that in the past. There's no issue with mixing your eggs. Hell, that's effectively what scrambled eggs are. So who cares?
It can be a little different depending on how you order your eggs.
Like I said, essentially.
Yeah. Like I like to still have a runny yolk and then mix it all together and put it on toast, like I said earlier. So
yeah, no,
like,
that's
if we're
fantastic.
Sticking to like, if
that
we're
is
sticking
very
like
different
purely,
flavor profile than scrambled.
If we're sticking like purely breakfast things, one of my favorite breakfast items, like menu items anywhere, is at Waffle House. And it is an item where I mix everything together and eat it completely like mixed together.
Mhm.
And that's my hash browns. I get my
usually
hash browns with cheese, onions, mushrooms, tomatoes, sausage gravy, and chili.
That's
That's a lot. Like,
And I mix all that shit together in a bowl.
You lost me with the onions and tomatoes and...
Oh, I don't even include the ham and the jalapenos.
Yeah, you
Mainly
already
because
lost me.
I think the ham just adds saltiness, and it
ham's
detracts from the savoriness of the dish.
It
and
really
the
does
jalapenos
depend on
just
how I'm
add
eating it.
heat.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm having an omelet or something, having hash browns on the side is great. I usually just throw some ketchup on there, and that's good. Yes, I know that's tomatoes, but it's not tomatoes at the same time.
But yeah. I get my hash browns all the way, minus the ham and peppers. And it feels like I'm taking 5 years off my life every time I eat it, but it's so good.
Because you probably are.
Honestly, ham, eggs, and some ham, eggs, and maybe some ketchup in there. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Of course, you guys don't have Waffle House, so you can't relate with me.
No. I remember seeing a Waffle House over here, but it's closed down since. Or I'm experiencing the Mandela effect.
Probably the Mandela effect. They're not a thing really outside of the South and like the Midwest.
It is California. They might have tried.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, for the longest time, Waffle Houses in my state, due to a licensing thing, weren't allowed to be called Waffle Houses. They were called Waffle and Steak.
Nice. All right.
I didn't realize that they were all Waffle Houses until their names changed.
Cool. All right. Thanks everybody that watched.
Had a lot
Hope
more
you had
people
fun.
than we expected.
Yeah! We back!
I'm not dead, despite having over 103 degree fever.
He's dead.
Oh,
He's
poor
lying to you.
baby.
I didn't even go to the hospital. I just stayed home and slept. And then the wife
Yeah.
got
Oh, now
all
he's
fussy.
trying to make it sound like a Chad move.
Yeah, and then didn't even tell us that he was sick or anything. So it's 5 minutes until showtime, and it was 4:20. I got high for nothing, and yeah.
Keep in mind, when you called, if I remember right, I was on the floor of the bathroom.
I don't care where you were. You have my number. You can text me. You had your phone
I
on
was
you,
too
apparently.
concerned with vomiting and shitting my brains out.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Oh man,
I
like
think you just
it
didn't
is
wanna
one
do
of
the
those
show.
like it's one of the most like weirdly satisfying things in life though. Like after vomiting and shitting your brains out, where you're just lying on a cool bathroom floor and it's just like,
Oh
I
god,
could stay here forever.
I ended up taking an unintentional 2-hour nap right there on the bathroom floor with my jeans that I had taken off as a pillow.
Yeah, those moments make you think, why don't I sleep here more often?
And then you
It's
remember.
not the same when you're not sick.
Now, like if you do it when you're not sick, you'll wake up in pain. But like for some reason, if you're like badly stomach sick and you do it, it always turns out fine.
Better than fine.
If anything, you feel a lot better afterwards. It's like, oh, I feel kind of good actually.
All right. See you guys next week. Same time, same place.
All right.
Blah, blah, blah.
See you next week, everyone.
Bye, everybody.